Do you make New Year's resolutions or do you just let them pass by? There's probably three groups of people out there. One that just totally ignores New Year's resolutions because they know they're not going to keep them. The second group are those who make the resolutions and they give out before January's even over. And then the very, very select minor percentage of people who actually make resolutions and stick to them. Well, I'm going to give you 5 doable resolutions, New Year's resolutions that everybody can do. Okay, all 5 of these resolutions that I'm going to give you for the new year, for 2020 or whatever year you're watching this, all fall under the same category. I think across the world, globally, we can all agree on this one thing. Be kind to one another. Love your neighbor, right? So all 5 of these things are going to enable you to do that better. So it's 5 resolutions for you to decide this year, I'm going to do these 5 things, all under the category of loving my neighbor, serving others, being kind to one another, because good gracious, our world right now, our culture right now, with any time that you're watching this video, could always use a little more kindness, right? So here we go. Number 1 resolution, be grateful. It's easy to be nice to other people when you're coming from a platform of gratitude. So if you've got a bitter spirit, you're angry, you feel entitled, or whatever you've got going on, you've got that controversial spirit that's not grateful, maybe you feel that entitlement. It's tough to be nice to other people. It's tough to be kind to other people, to serve other people, love other people, if you're coming from that platform. So number 1 resolution for next year, search your heart and try to build a spirit of gratitude. Anybody who comes from that platform of gratitude can just flourish from there. You attract more friends into your life. You attract more positivity into your life. You attract more favor. Things tend to go your way when there's a good or a bad or a right or a wrong, a favor or a not favor that can happen in your life. It's more likely to fall into the good category if you're coming from a spirit of gratitude. So when you wake up in the morning, just start with a spirit of gratitude. Why don't you get a notebook piece of paper, just a journal right now, and write down the things that you're grateful for. No matter what your situation, no matter how bad things are, there are some good things in your life. Number 1, you're alive. Number 1, you're breathing air and you're alive, and you can control what your tomorrow is going to look like by the decisions that you make today. So if you start with gratitude, just write down the things that you're grateful for, that you're alive. Maybe you've got family and friends that you love. Maybe there's 1 or 2 people that are in your life. Be grateful for them. Maybe you have a job. Maybe you don't have a job. Maybe you've got skill. Maybe you don't have skill. Find what it is in your job, in your life, in your family, in your friends, in your walk, in your hobbies, whatever you've got going on. Find those things that you are grateful for. The fact that you have food on your plate, the fact that maybe you have transportation or have access to transportation. Maybe you've got access to the internet and you've got skills to reach other people. So even if you're sick in bed, flat on your back, the internet gives us the opportunity to reach out and serve and speak to and communicate and build friendships just on a digital platform. So in our culture today, there's really no excuse not to be grateful for things. So write down your list of things that you're grateful for and start with that grateful spirit, because that is going to give you the foundation to be able to be kind to other people. Number 2, and this is a big one, be able to celebrate with other people for their celebrations and be able to grieve with other people for their grievances. What I mean by that is when somebody comes to you in a celebratory manner, hey, I got great news, blah, blah, blah. Do not one-up them, meaning, oh, that's awesome. Well, here's what happened to me. Don't ever turn somebody's celebration or grievance, or you know what I mean by grieving. If something really bad happens to them in their life, don't ever take someone's sorrow or someone's bad thing and turn it into your thing. Oh, that's really bad. I'm so sorry. But you know what happened to me last year? Don't ever one up somebody for their celebration or when they're grieving, when they're sorrowful or when they're celebrating something. Don't ever one up them with your story. Be able to embrace their story and listen. Be a good listener. And take other people's celebrations and their sorrow on with you and be with them and walk them through it and be able to grieve with them or celebrate with them without making it about yourself. That's a huge way that you can be kind to other people, is to just really listen and be a part of their celebration or their sorrow, and take part of that where you're now contributing in a great way, a positive way, because you're hearing them and you're not trying to one up them and make it about you. So that's another great way to serve other people and to be kind to your neighbor. Number 3, this is super simple, and I try to make a practice of this all the time. Send love texts to people. What do I mean by that? When you just thinking as you're riding down the road or you're stopped or at a stopping point, just stop and think of who you're grateful for, who you appreciate in your life, who you maybe need to send encouragement to. Send a quick text to people, unsolicited, where you just pick somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while or somebody who you really value in your life. Send them a love text, just loving on them and letting them know what they mean to you in your life. Maybe give them some encouragement if somebody's searching for a job and just struggling right now. Reach out to them. Hey, how's that job hunt going? It doesn't always have to be a text, but that's the easiest way with no excuses that you can love other people. Call them if you can. Pick up your phone and just call them and talk to them and let them hear your voice and hear your concern about what they're going through, or the fact that you really love them and just want to say, hey, man, I really appreciate your friendship. I would like to get together sometime, go out to lunch or breakfast or coffee or something and just hang with you and let you know that I really value your friendship in my life. Something so simple that you can do, but it does serve other people and it does bless them in a great way. If you're on the receiving end of that and you ever get a love text from somebody just out of the blue, unsolicited, and they're not angling for something, meaning, hey, I need to start a conversation with this guy because really I need so-and-so from them. Not from that angle. If you just get a true unsolicited love text to yourself and you're the recipient, it is really cool and it just warms your heart. So be the initiator of that and love other people with cool texts, cool love text, or a call, or maybe even send them a card, write a letter. Leave them a note on their desk. Leave them a note on their mirror if it's somebody close to you. Leave it a written note where they can find it, maybe on their windshield. So if you know where they are, write a note in your handwriting about how much you love them or appreciate them, and just you're thinking about them. Write that note and stick it on their windshield. Just put it under their windshield wiper. When they come out of the store and they see it, it's just that warm, cool feeling of something so simple and so easy that means so much in a cool way to love your neighbor. Number 4, this is a tricky one. This is kind of a battle for some people, but there's a lot of things that we can disagree on with other people, whether it be politics, whether it be religion, or really any subject, culture, music, food, whatever. You can find things to argue about, but no doubt in every argument, whether it be politics, religion, or anything else, you can find common ground. So make it a practice to find common ground. If you've got people in your life, other people in your life, who love to just debate and challenge things, and you're on one side and they're on the other side, try to find that common ground of where, you know, like if it's politics, you know, the safety of people. You know, the military strength and just the safety of people is something that nobody can argue about. Maybe the how, but not the what. So talk about just the general safety and well-being of people. A second thing is nobody can argue with a fruitful economy. If the economy's doing well, pretty much everybody's doing well at home in their job, being able to supply for their family, provide for their family to be able to do that. So that's a common thing. Maybe the how is different of how you get there, but nobody can argue that a great, striving, thriving economy is a good thing. So talk about the good things, maybe not how you got there or how you need to get there, because that's where the controversy comes in, but just talk about how great it is to have a fruitful economy. Or being able to love and serve the weak. Everybody knows across the board, whether you're right, left, or center, you know that you need to love and serve the weak in some way. So talk about the ability to be able to do that, to come together as a country, as a nation in that political arena, to be able to serve and love the weak. Now, like I said, don't get into the how, because that's probably where the disagreements come from. But you can all agree that we need to love and serve the weak. So find those common things in the political arena that draw you together to be able to talk about, or just avoid the subject altogether. In religion, the one common theme throughout most all religions is to be kind to one another. That's so common, right? So don't get into the religious arguments. If you just found somebody that have dug their heels in and their way or the highway, don't talk about the differences. Talk about the commonalities. To just love and serve each other, to be kind to one another is a common theme across all religions. And I think we can all agree on that. So talk about those things when it comes to religion, or any other subject that you might disagree on. If it's not politics or religion, if it's something else, strive and just make a conscious effort to find the common things in your argument that you both can agree on, because it's more than likely the how that you argue about, not the what. So try to talk about the what to be able to be kind to one another and just have healthy conversations with people. And lastly, this is probably the toughest one, but the most rewarding for you, is to really do for others, to love them, to serve them, to spend time with them, to maybe offer them financial help, to offer them maybe help around the house, help around their yard, give them transportation, do something for their kids. If it's a single mom, maybe give her a night out, or take the kids and be with them, or just go visit them, bring them dinner one night. There's so many ways that you can serve other people. Just look for those opportunities to be able to do that. Find out what it is, and maybe don't just wing it, because most of our New Year's resolutions fail when we don't write things down and have a plan. The more precise you can be, the more detailed you can be with your written down plan of what you're going to do, the more likely you're going to be on schedule and be able to do it. This one especially, you need to write down maybe 5 to 10 ideas of things that you can do for other people. And then write down the month that you're going to do that. Maybe do 1 or 2 things a month. That's very doable. 1 or 2 things a month. So write January, get a calendar. In January, I'm going to do this and this. And I'm going to find somebody to do that. And if you know people in your life, go ahead and tag it. I'm going to do this for this person on this day and this month. That way you're more likely to be able to do it. And don't give these big lofty things that you know you're not going to do. If you're going to do lofty things, you have to have accountability. So if you're married, if you have a best friend, a significant other, a roommate that can help you and keep you accountable to do these things, okay, you can do some loftier stuff on your list. But if not, just write down some simple stuff that you can do for other people. Now, I know most of this is common sense, but you know what? If everybody around the world did these 5 things, to love our neighbor, to be kind to one another, what a cool place this would be, right? So why don't we take the challenge and share this challenge with other people and just say, look, let's do these 5 things and let's make sure that we're all holding each other accountable. So these are the 5 doable New Year's resolutions for everyone. So share this, get on board, start today. Write in the comments below your commitment to do these things, no matter if it's a New Year's resolution or it's just from today forward. So if it's July when you're watching this, or August, or somewhere in the middle of the year, just write in the comment below, I'm on board. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take on this challenge, and I'm going to write the things down, and I'm going to make a conscious effort to be kind to other people. There you go. That's my advice for today. That's my advice for New Year's resolutions. I hope you get on board. I hope you like stuff like this. If you do, please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. I'm so thankful for all of the subscribers on this channel, and I try to give you cool things to think about and to challenge you in your day. Hopefully I've done that today. Thank you, and we will see you next time.